So just the other day, Apple released iOS 26.2 Beta 2, and it did come with a couple of slight tweaks. Nothing major. More importantly, we're hoping for better battery life, because even on our iPhone 17 Pro Max and our Apple Watch Ultra 3, it's been a bit of a struggle. Performance has been great, and I'm happy to say so far it seems like battery life has stabilized a little bit. While not as good as 26.1 is, it's definitely back on track, and I could be alone. Guys, comment down below, let me know, but I still don't even think 26.1, that we're obviously running on our Air still, is anywhere near as good as 26 was at launch. So just something to call out there. I do want to let you know it's improving, but I don't think we're quite there yet. So after the surprise update on Wednesday, we did get a couple of new features, like I said, that we didn't talk about, and that's in the Measure app being one of them, where it now features a liquid glass design for the level with 2 glass bubbles, as you see, instead of circles, or white circles, I should say. And you can see just when you move it around how those, I mean, this is a great UI. The interface here looks amazing. And when you actually do stabilize it and get it to 0, you get a nice cool animation right there, letting you know you're good until it breaks that level area. So pretty neat design nonetheless. I think it was a nice little touch there. So very cool to see. Also in the Games app, there's now an option to sort games in the Game app library by size, in addition to the name and recent. So if you jump into the Games app, I actually don't use this too much. You can see we have a new splash screen here as well that says what's new in Apple Games. Filter your library like we're talking about. Sort and filter by category, size, and more. Your preferences are saved for later. Controller support. Navigate the Games app with improved controller support. And track challenges score. So see your scores update in real time as you play. And here you go. This is exactly what you see now with your new filter option right there as well. So nice little touches. I don't use this Games app too much. Again, I'm not a huge gamer, but it is nice to see that they keep working on it to make it a little better. Also, if you use CarPlay, the app supports disabling pinned messages now in the actual Messages app. And then probably one of the main things that a lot of people are talking about is just how much more fluid everything looks in the OS for menu animations. And we'll go ahead and use the same one that everyone's using here. When you actually go ahead and, let me go into a gap here. When you long press and want to edit something, did you see the way that bubble comes in and out? It is so smooth. It looks really, really good. I'll do it one more time. So that animation looks like it's actually dropping, like almost like a water drop opening and then getting sucked back in. I think the new animation does look amazing, and it does feel a lot more like what Apple initially showed off at WWDC. And then, like we're already aware, obviously, we know about the liquid glass slider on the lock screen and all of that to be able to tweak just how intense liquid glass is. When you click on the clock, you can see really how barely you can see anything when it's at the very bottom of the scale. And then when you slide it over, how much more translucent it is to be able to see it much better. And you can see this time it actually gave me a depth effect, unlike what it did prior. So those are the majority of the changes and all that. The last thing I do want to do is go to Geekbench and run this for you guys really quick to see exactly how it changed over Beta 1. And as you can see here, the Geekbench 6 scores just finished running. We got a single core of 3752 and a multi-core score of 9472. And if we go back and actually see how that matches up, you can see it is pretty much right on par with what we had for Beta 1, with a 3738 as opposed to a 3752 single, and a multi-core score that is just ever so slightly higher at 9472 as opposed to 9287. So very comparable. Like I always say, these metrics don't mean anything unless you're hounding and banging your phone, like going crazy and just swiping. Day-to-day usage, you're not going to see any difference between scores like that. And then lastly, what I want to talk about is the next release schedule. So since the schedule does seem to be on a weekly basis, give or take a day or so, I fully expect us to get beta 3 next Monday, and then possibly even a fourth beta on the 24th, with the public release coming around the 8th or 15th, with an RC coming on the 1st or 8th. I also do think in between all this, at some point, we should be seeing iOS 26.1.1 as a dot release to fix what wasn't quite updated yet with iOS 26.1 betas, but we haven't heard a lot of rumblings about that. We know we never got 26.0.2, so we'll have to see where that takes us. But yeah, that's kind of an oversight to what we might see in the near future. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.